Ibrahim Maina is a young Kenyan man born and raised in Kibera, who for the longest time wanted to change the society's perspective, especially in relation to his residents. Today, he is impacting lives through his community-based organization KDI, that is, Co-Nkwe Design Initiative.
My name is Ibrahim Maina Nyaburi. I was born and raised in Kibera slum from a very small village called Soweto East. Yeah, Soweto is one of the 13 villages that are found in Kibera slum. And the Soweto, the name Soweto was derived from the original Soweto that we know from South Africa, because they were sharing some challenges and maybe some characteristics. I come from a very, by then it was a very low background, because I didn't have my father. I was raised up by my mother, and my mother used to work at industry somewhere as a house help. So it was really a struggle, because sometimes we could miss some meals because she could not afford to bring some food to the table, because she was earning, I think, 100 shillings per day. That was really, really critical, because I happened to be one of the brightest kids in, because I went to school in Chicago, then came back after nearly joined Sasa high school. Later, at the stage when I was going to school, like not to high school, I found a friend who helped me to continue my education at high school. So he paid for my education throughout. Then I managed also to secure another opportunity to get a scholarship with some other people to train as a community organizer. And I immediately after school, I thought of like, I need to change how people think about their own society, because previously we've heard these people talking about, oh, we need a Mzungu to come and tell us exactly how to change this environment. But I thought, because we have so many set of inequalities in Kibera, social justice and socio-economical problems, I thought of like, we need to do something. However, we also recognize, at KDI, we also recognize there are so many hardworking people and those guys who can do a lot of activism in Kibera to bring some change. For instance, it was one of the villages that was I marked for slum upgrading by the government. By the time I was just coming to Nairobi, I was involved in the Kenya Slum Upgrading Project to maybe highlight some of the issues that the community is facing in terms of housing, in terms of solid waste management, in terms of any other awareness. People were just complaining about the program, but I told them, you don't have to complain about the program, but how can we find this information, and how can we be involved in this process so that we can also become part and parcel of the change. So the Kenya Slum Upgrading was the reason why I thought of like, these inequalities that we hear in Kibera, there's no one who can come from outside to come and help you change. So I thought of like forming like a community group that can, number one, advocate for their rights, number two, come up with, maybe identify some challenges, and also maybe come up with solutions that can solve their challenges. Then that opportunity gave me another opportunity to work with several other organizations, and that's when I was now involved in working with the government through the program, the Kenya Slum Upgrading Program. That really made me understand that we, as the residents of Kibera, we don't have to wait for someone to come from outside to make sure that things are done correctly.
Ibrahim says the organization was formed to tackle a number of issues.
I thought of like forming a group. This group, I think it was not a group per se, it was just kind of like a household members coming together to think about how they can solve a challenge. In 2006, KDI set up to build what we call Kibera Public Space Project, because I had signaled, like I told the community, that if we come together, we can seek for help from any other person. So when KDI was registered, we decided to work with some community down there in Selanga village, and the group is called the New Nairobi Dam Community Group. That's where now I became the first chairperson. And the reason why KDI was formed, it was to tackle some issues that we really thought were some issues to the communities. Number one challenge was the solid waste management that was really a mess in Kibera. So the group that I formed was looking at how can we deal with the trash? How can we recycle this trash so that we can make something out of this takataka? So since then, maybe 15 years down the line, we've had several activities, engagement activities, because our process starts with ensuring that we have a proper organized community group to partner with.
Kibera is the largest informal settlement in Nairobi and the largest urban slum in Africa, where most of its residents live in extreme poverty. The youth here face a number of challenges unique to the environment, including crime, prostitution, easy access to alcohol, and drugs. Though there are various projects undertaken, there is the main one, which is...
So what we do as an institution, we support, we work with communities in terms of, not by telling them exactly what is their challenges, we create platforms whereby through community-driven design processes, we have forums where we engage, we discuss, we disagree, so that they can always identify their main issues and also maybe come up with solutions. Our main project is Kibera Public Space Project. And this project is geared towards reclaiming all the waste spaces in Kibera so that we can come up with new community amenities on the same spaces that zilikuwa wasted. So if we reclaimed a space that ilikuwa ni waste, dump site, and then through that process, the groups will prioritize the programs that they want to do on those spaces that they have reclaimed completely. So if it's a community abolition block, water and sanitation, what is the programs, we will agree. And depending on the space, we will allocate some amount of money to do something with the communities. And throughout that process, we give opportunities to community members to participate in terms of delivering the services kama ya kupenda kazi kwa mkono, and then we pay them. And we ensure we don't have discrimination. It's not, kama ni wanawake, we have 5, we need 10 people today, we are going to have 5 women and 5 men working for that day. We partner with well-wishers, but KDI was registered here in Kenya, but also it's registered in the LA, America, not California. So those friends of ours from California will come here because they are also designers, they are also researchers, they are also what they would come here sometimes to assist us when we have that kind of processes. When they speak your nini kubwa kubwa, then I'm here too, whatever. But we have a team here that doesn't require them. So we can handle business without them. So what happens? We fundraise. We get monies mostly from hizo NGO kubwa kubwa na well-wishers, and then we allocate the money. Then we select the groups. Those who will benefit will become our partners for some time. So our sustainability model means we allow our employees who are business entrepreneurs, business skilled people to go help them. Like to come up with a plan. Ya kufanya operational maintenance, kufanya kama bulb imenini, they don't have to come to KDI to ask for a bulb. It's their responsibility to make sure the bulb imefanya nini, imechangewa, because we've designed the projects because we also understand that a project is a project when wanapata pesa kutoka hiyo project. So we've designed this project, the revenues that they collect from the projects. Let's say the toilets, a specific amount of money goes for maintenance. So if they collect maybe 200,000 kwa mwezi, 10,000 would go for maintenance ya bulb, maintenance ya nini every month. So they allocate, and then 30% goes to members, dividends, and then the rest inaenda kwa kuserve watu kama security nini wale wako kwa site. So that's how it happens.
The organization, as Ibrahim says, has been in existence for a decade and a half and thrives on partnerships and other sustainability tactics to ensure its longevity.
We've been in Kibera for the last 16 years, I think, 16 years, and we managed to create a new community amenities in different villages. So we are at our project number 12, I think. Project number 12. We also have other programs, like we have a youth program, we have some mentorship programs with the schools that we work with. We also have some programs under Weather Mtaani, because this is where we also speak about, we want the community members to understand the weather, because sometimes there's flooding issues in Kibera, because they don't understand mvua inanyesha saa ngapi. So we are creating that awareness so that they can understand when kutanyesha, so that they can be prepared maybe to kurezi vitanda zao, kufanya nini, so that they don't become victims of your mambo na flooding. So there are so many other programs we do. Number one, we have an abolition block there that we had to construct with the community. We also have a greenhouse that was realized by the community also, plus KDI and the government within Kibera. It's there. We also have a very big public space, park, where you can go there and sit and maybe have some fun na familia yako. It's created there. We have also a play base. This is where the kids can go, they play and have fun. In our, we have also a farm, very good farm, that wamama wa huko wanaenda wanachuna mboga, wanachuna nini, they can sell from the local markets. We also have so many other programs. Every year we do a new project, a physical intervention, every year, yes, in terms of creating awareness to these communities. And we do mambo ya youth mentorship programs, and we also have this mambo ya wamama kuwapatia nini. There are also loans and saving programs that we help the communities to practice.
2006 ndio tulikutana na Hibra na Shelina ambao ndio CEO ya KDI saa hii, na wakakuja, walikuwa wana walk door to door wakituita tukuje pamoja na tufanye mradi pamoja. And then hii space ilikuwa bushi, ilikuwa kama dumping site, na wakati walikuja huyo alikuwa msichana by then alikuwa anasoma, na wanasoma kuhusu kufanya miradi kwa public spaces. Na vile sasa tulianza kukutana, tukafanya mikutano, tukawa ile story walitupea tukawa interested. Na juu tulikuwa hatufanyi kazi, hatuna vibarua, tukaanza kuwajoin, na venye ile interest ya kuona mtu mgeni ikawa inatufutia, na tukataka kulani mahali yako. Sasa ndio tukaanzisha mikutano na tukawa tunatoa ideas na yeye ideas, na ndio tukajenga hizi projects tuko nazo hapa kwa New Nairobi Dam Community Group. Ile kazi tumefanya hapa watu wanafurahia, na pia imetupea jina hata nje, kwa sababu mimi kuna kazi nafanya nje, sio hapa peke yake, na nimepata through ile kazi nimefanya hapa. Na vile vile watu wanasema hapa tumeiweka na ikafanya watu wengine wakuwe na interest ya kufanya miradi zao hapa.
I'm Constant Nyongesa, living and staying here in Islanga, and a member of New Nairobi Dam Community Group, which is the co-founder of KDI. In fact, this was the first project that KDI, when it was coming to this community, this is where it started. So we say this is the founder of KDI, where we are right now. Okay, this institution is a CBO, and it is made up of all ethical groups of people who live around here, especially in Islanga and Soweto East. Unfortunately, the other part has been demolished for slum upgrading. So that one, in fact, it affected us because some of our members moved out. Currently, we are having 35 members who are here and active. Of that, we have 17 members who are active currently, and it's made up of both male and female. And also we have youth, because even me, I'm still a youth and I'm a member here. New Nairobi Dam Community Group, I joined it in 2014, but it began back in 2006. You know, in this organization, we don't have a specific job. I could say that I'm more specified on this activity. What we do, I could say it's a cost sharing. Now, we have different departments. In this our energy, our CBO, or probably it's our CBO. So we have the abolition block, we have the social hall, it is around here. We have the garden, that's the greenhouse on the other side, and also the garden, the outside garden where we do planting. We have a compost manure, we have a play base, which is just see around here, and also we have our shredding machine, plastic shredding machine, where we buy plastics around here, we shred them into small pieces, then we sell to the required manufacturers who go and transform them there so that they can manufacture some other things like plastic cups and so on.
Sasa zikifika hapa injection, tuna sort in colors injection. Green inaenda na white peke yake. After sorting ndio huwa tunapeleka pale karibu, ndio tunaiweka sasa kwa machine. Vile unaweka ndio inakata ikianguka pale nje. Na ukipanda hapa tunahakikisha umevaa mask, umevaa nini? Ndio tuikate ikuwe in small pieces, ndio tunapack, alafu ndio tunapeleka kwa kampuni.
For this young man, the future is bright as he hopes to achieve more.
It's always been my dream that working with communities is a very great thing, because haina mwisho. Because even if I'm very old, I'll be still working with these people. So there's no future. I'll still be working with the communities. Hata kama nikiwa mzee aje, I'll still be working with the people because it's my passion. And it's KDI mandate to work with the people. So once nitakuwa tu hapa KDI, I think the future will be bright. We want to make sure we have a community that is well informed. we have some members of the youth ambao wako well informed, na wamama pia wako well empowered to undertake any critical issue and the same time to make precise decisions.